Hello to the TUC meeting, 2nd of December. We have our usual agenda and a working group update, upper runtime interfaces working group update today. So let's start then checking the action items from last week. We had one on me to clarify with Steve about additional repositories which needs to be added to the tutorials area in the docs working group. So I clarified this and the PR is ready for review. And we had the service management working group update where we discussed to merge or to move the only area in that working group to the foundation infrastructure working group. There is a PR for that by Marcello. Yeah, to do the move. Yeah, okay, then all the action items are done and we can proceed to the working group update.
Yep, I can take care of it. Up runtime interfaces, what happened since the last update, which was around July, middle of the year. The number or the size of the working group was more or less stable, slight growth in number of repositories, approvers, and reviewers. Then there are a number of RFCs, which the working group is actively working on. The first one I want to mention here is introduction of a new stack, CF Linux FS5. That's currently work in progress. There's nothing visible yet in CF deployment. Then we have service credential binding rotation for applications work in progress. The CF API implementation is done and is available, but hidden behind the feature flag. Because the CFCLI implementation is still open and to be done in the next month. The next bigger activity is storage CLI. The goal here is to get rid of the unmaintained fog libraries in the CAPI release. The Azure implementation, which was the first or basically our POC. Here the implementation is done and is used in CAPI CI, not yet in CF deployment rolled out, but it's working and shows that the cuts are green. The implementation for Ali Cloud is currently in progress, and we have an activity running that is called CLI consolidation. That means the former 5 CLIs for the different YAS layers and WebDAV are now merged into one storage CLI and one repository that makes code reuse, testing, and such things, also the consumptions, and hopefully easier. And when this is done, which is, PRs are open, waiting for review, especially from the Bosch team. If the command line parameters, basically the interface, is acceptable, then the remaining YAS layers are AWS S3, Google Cloud Storage, and WebDAV. And what is also still open is how the masterpiece of engineering works under load. We will see that pretty soon. Good. Then there is an activity to document.
It's basically German engineering, right? So it must be fine.
We will see. We will see.
Gentle.
Okay, that's an activity to document the CF API with an open API spec. There's a POC started. If anybody is interested in contributing here, validating this open API spec, any help is really appreciated and welcome. Also, if you want to try out to generate language bindings from this open API and validate that, we are very much interested here. It is still unclear how to integrate that into CAPI itself and into the development process, and when it can eventually replace the CF API v3 documentation. That's probably still a long way to go. Good. Then there are two more recently accepted RFCs. One is to provide custom stacks functionality in Cloud Foundry, and another one is to enhance the stack handling, specifically being able to deprecate stacks and provide information to users that they are running on an old stack. Then a few more specific things on the different areas. In Kapi, we can now configure Cloud Foundry feature flags in Bosch manifests, the Cloud Controller DB primary key big int migration for high volume tables like audit events or job tables has been finished. Disclaimer, it's a Postgres SQL migration only. It's important for very big landscapes that have a long history, because here you risk that the primary keys of audit events and delayed jobs runs against max int, and then you have a serious problem on this landscape. The deprecated SYN web server in Kapi is about to be removed. Just the final approval is needed, and then it is history.
An event machine along with it.
Yeah. Event machine with it, and we are able to update Sinatra again. So it's also from security point of view, a nice move. And there is under discussion a bulk API for process stats that would help to make the CFCLI in spaces with a large number of applications, a few hundred or so, responsive again, because currently it takes ages until you see under these slightly special conditions, one has to say. Build pack releases are about to be revived. Actually, build packs, all but Java, have releases again. Unfortunately, there are not yet the Bosch releases that belong to each build pack, which are the shipment channel into CF deployment. That's why you don't see yet the good work in the CF deployment release notes. In CFCLI, there was a Golang 125 update, and that also triggered a migration, or made a migration necessary to go to Go modules, so that plugin developers can import the CLI as a library, which is needed for improvements in the plugins, especially the v3 migration. And CF Java client has implemented or enhanced the v3 support, added missing resources, and there's work in progress to support newer Java versions. Yeah, these were the points that I found. Maybe Greg, if you want to add something.
No, I think that covers the highlights. I guess one small coda to the CLI Golang module. So it was always possible, or ever since it was modularized, it was always possible to import as a module, but you had to provide a specific Git SHA. So just from scraping GitHub, a fair number of people were just including the CLI by SHA, even if it wasn't technically supported. But now you should be able to import versions of the CLI like you would any other module. So if you're one of those people out there in the gray area importing the CF CLI as a Go module, it's now slightly safer or easier for you to do, because you can pin to a actual version of it instead of having to manually manage the which SHA you're pinned to.
One question about the Open API specification. Is it complete? So all the APIs are defined?
All the v3 APIs are defined, but the stuff was mostly generated using tools that do not generate everything very correctly. So there might be, you see the point, things that are not 100% correct. And what is really missing is all the handwritten documentation part from the real documentation. So you have a technical specification without semantics, basically, which is not yet where you want to be. That's my.
So complete but not correct.
Okay. I was not really working on it. I just reflect what Florian told me.
Okay. See, and about the feature flag configuration, it was possible only via APIs until now, and now we can also configure in Bosch manifest which feature flags are available. Or...
Yeah, and also update them as part of your Bosch manifest. It's another delivery mechanism.
Okay, yeah. Any other questions? Okay, thank you, Stephan and Greg, for the nice update. I think you used the tool to generate it. Huh?
It's handwritten and then exported and copied here with some attempts to get the formatting correct.
I want to try Ruben's.
Yeah, it's not.
I was joking in that direction.
Okay, no.
Yeah, you can control the schedule on what order working groups go in, so you can put foundational infrastructure up next.
Yeah, and you volunteered, right? So gonna be your update.
You could just do foundational infrastructure updates every week.
I see. Yeah, okay, then let's go to the dashboard.
Or you can temporarily join another working group.
I can volunteer to provide
Yeah.
the control of the working groups. Yeah, CF tutorials. Now the PR should have the final state. So background here was a discussion in Slack where people showed interest to work on the CF tutorials, but they were in a different GitHub organization, and we had forth and back what we can do. And the final decision was to migrating the repositories is not an issue. Yeah, that's why. And having the tutorials in the docs working groups makes sense. Anita was fine with that, which will enable people who are interested to maintain the tutorials be able to do that. In the separated org, we don't have any automation to manage this, and yeah, it wasn't possible also to just have two different GitHub orgs in the same working group area. Our automation doesn't support this, and our RFC do not allow this at the moment. That's why the idea here is to first merge this PR, which will create the repositories. Then we have to agree who will migrate the repositories. The person should have admin access to the two organizations to be able to do that. Yeah, but first step is to merge the PR so that the repositories get created, and then we can organize the coordinator migration. I already added the people who had interest to work or help here as reviewer, and Anita and Steve are approvers. Still waiting for two approvals.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, thank you. And we can celebrate a new working group area. Okay, then I'll check with Chris. Chris is not here, how we can do the migration when we have the repositories. Okay, now the move of cloud service broker to foundation infrastructure. I see, Marcella, you are in the call. Do you want to say something or?
Not really. Just here in case there are any questions or things to coordinate. Or I think I got all the changes right to make the change, hopefully.
It looks fine to me. Yes. Okay, we have almost all approvals. We have a new area and one working group less. Going well this meeting. Yeah, thank you, Marcella, for organizing the working group until now.
Okay, it was fun. And I'll continue to be in Slack in case there are any questions or trying to help out.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, we have foundation infrastructure working group every Thursday. Usually we discuss Bosch stuff there. If you want to put something for the service management area, I think will be a good meeting, but yeah, you can see.
Okay.
But mainly we have Bosch there and stem cells. Also UA and CredHub, they have their own meeting. Okay. And another month, another inactive users to be deleted. So we have to wait here 2 months, 2 weeks, sorry. Okay, RFCs. We have the 2 RFCs which been open for quite a long time now without activity. So last time we said we should take action. Should we say something like please update until 2 weeks, otherwise we are going to close the PRs or something like that? Or what is your suggestion here? Or just keep them open,
Yeah.
not doing nothing?
I think it makes sense to at least nudge them to see, like, and then set something like, if there's no update within 2 weeks, we're gonna close them.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, it's not a huge barrier to reopen it after closing, so
Yeah.
it's not. If they become interested in it again, it's pretty easy to resuscitate.
Yes, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because if they cannot provide an update within the 2-week time window, then there's probably no activity, right? Like, better to not bother people with it.
Okay. Something like that. Um, okay. And RFC status. So this is now then in progress, Stephan. This
Yeah, you can move it in progress. So people have been working on it.
yeah. Okay, issues. Now we have to this one. It was on Chris. What is this?
Yeah, that's I think a limitation in GitHub. So we also tried that in storage CLI to use environments for running tests and configuring the secrets, but you have to be admin to change it in contrast to standard secrets and variables. So the additional value was not that high.
Okay. So we should close this then.
I guess, yeah. If a project really needs the environments, there is an option to do that. You have to create these temporary admin teams that exist for several areas already. Yeah, otherwise you can open a feature request to GitHub, but not sure if that makes sense.
Discuss the days. Okay, I will suggest, but you don't need to watch me writing. Suggest to maybe open something towards GitHub. Okay, any other business?
I just open sourced something during this call. It's the Instant Wash project, the thing I teased a while back. It's now open source. It's on their where's the chat? Can't find the Zoom chat. Here it is. So now open source. So written by mostly my bot, but it kind of works, at least on my machine. So I could quickly show it maybe if people are interested. I don't know if this is the right place to do that. Maybe it's more of a foundational infrastructure working group, but it allows you to get a Bosch environment, a full director running in like say 30 seconds on your local Docker daemon with a Docker CPI, and it can, yeah, you can start using it. So yeah.
And I think this is interesting. Is it also easy to have a local development setup with this, just changing stuff in Bosch and reloading the.
Yeah, so that was what next thing I was thinking about, because there's a builder component to this which is not open source, but that I could use the same. So this is basically consuming Bosch deployment and then taking that manifest and creating an OCI image out of that. I was thinking of doing the same for CF deployments. So you have a single container with all the components in it, and then the next step would be to basically override, say, for the cloud controller and the director, that would work, right? If you just mount the code base in the right directory, you could have it just work.
Yeah.
So yeah, that would be an easy way for those projects to develop on these things.
Yeah, I think one of the burdens in the CF ecosystem is the easy way to just try the stuff locally.
Yeah, so this should help with that, and also it could be great for testing, right? Like ideally this works in GitHub Actions, so you could just be spinning up GitHub Actions and like have a Bosch director available, do some integration testing, and be done. And it has a logo, but I didn't put it in the README yet.
Oh, okay.
But it's I was iterating on that one.
I'm interested who was more active here.
It's definitely my bot.
Oh,
No, wait,
no.
what happened?
Great.
Well, that's all the merge commits probably for me.
Maybe Copilot is also getting.
Yeah, like I'm trying everything. But I have not written a single line of code by hand, right? So I've reviewed everything. So I'm basically experimenting with, the Copilot agent like workflow, but done differently. The stuff I've set up myself, so that I find that like these agents become better if they have the right tools. Like for example, just something simple like the right version of Ruby or the Golang, right, available to them. But also a Docker daemon, and like if they can actually have a feedback loop, they become better. So that's what I've been experimenting with. This is also by having a tool that allows you to easily spin up a Docker daemon, or have a Docker with a Bosch on it, right? That would allow these types of processes, agentic processes, to iterate on Bosch releases, for example.
Yeah. Okay, then people can check on this. You can maybe put in the Bosch channel something.
Yeah. We'll just create t-shirts for the next CF day.
Bosch t-shirt survived. Okay. The Java build pack meeting. We are planning a Java build pack meeting 9th of December. Yeah, just for your information if you want to join. And the next one is about monthly cost savings reports. We bought some cuts, committed usage discounts on GCP, and we see that they're reducing have an impact, but also the costs are increasing. So that's why to have here some awareness how the costs are developing, I think we should have at least cost saving reports in our channel about cost optimization, so that the working groups which has the most costs just provide an update there about the development, so that we keep an eye on that. What do you think?
Do we have a sense why the costs are increasing? Is it uniform across the working groups, or is there particular working groups that are seeing the cost increases?
I don't know. I don't have access to everywhere to drill down. Um, um, maybe, yeah, maybe about because of the build back area is adding some automation. I think other logging and metrics, they're also moving some automations to the community. But I think it will be good to working groups that have that they monitor and provide some updates about cost development. Um, So we have a meeting with Chris after this meeting to buy additional cuts. This will help additionally, but yeah. But my question was, do you think it makes sense to have monthly reports in that channel or not?
I don't know if this channel is gonna help, right? In the beginning, we had people report in this call. I think that has more merit to it. Like that probably is more of a, I don't know, just having to provide an update in a channel is probably gonna go unnoticed and people don't care so much. If we want to do something about it, like I think the best thing is to invite working group leads or something to a dedicated call again and ask them what they're doing with regards to cost saving and if they can explain the numbers. It's
So
annoying,
then,
but like if we want to have an impact, I think that's what we need to do.
but that means someone is monitoring and checks which working group costs are increasing and then tries to talk to those working groups.
Yeah. Yeah, ideally it starts with data, right? Ideally we have some data that we can see a trend per working group. So do we have that? Like,
Yeah, we have that.
yeah,
Um,
and then we can ask working groups if they can explain why there's an increase.
We could maybe just peek at that once a month in this meeting towards the end and just fly through it in a minute. If any of the charts go up way high, then should probably schedule a follow-up call with some folks. But
Yeah, I just checked Ari. It's a little bit difficult because there's a discontinuity when we switched billing account, but to me it looks like it's been pretty stable over the last several months there. But I can dig into it in more detail if I need to.
mhm. So we don't see much value of having just reports in that Slack channel.
I mean, if it's an automated report or something, like as a thing we review in this meeting,
We can
like
have
at a
this
month.
as a agenda point to review the reports during
Yeah,
the.
that could be maybe a good thing.
So
Because
this
just
is,
reporting without like any process around it, I mean,
yeah,
we
yeah.
can
The
ignore.
idea, yeah, the idea is to look into the reports. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, Okay, okay, I can discuss with Chris. Maybe he has another when we talk about cuts later. Okay. Do we have anything else? No. Okay, then. Yeah. Thank you for your time. Take care and see you next time.
Take care, folks.
See you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.